How's it going? Into a weekly update. Give me a second here. So the dollar gap's open. You can see the reverse head and shoulders on the daily chart very clearly. And so I'm going to have to be bullish. That right shoulder came in, bounced, gapped open. So it looks like momentum is going to be the upside. For the weekly close, it's right over the 8 for the first time in a while. Opened above the 8. So you can see the rejection, 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 rejection. Now I'm above on the open. I got an inverted hammer, 2-bar reversal here. Over the 8, into the 8 for the open. At support. So there you go. S&P, it's not open, so let's look at the Friday close. I got a hanging man and a previous break back into resistance on the Friday close. So it closed at resistance. For the weekly close, it did make a new high this week, last week. I'm looking for maybe a comeback into support, previous highs, make sure the support holds on the way down. Looking at 2480 for a nice reasonable spot. But 50% roll, 50% of the previous candle, hold that for momentum reasons, 2500. See if we can hold 25. Oh no, excuse me. We're at 25. 50% would be 2487 and a half, approximately. Just guesstimating. The VIX, I don't know why we bother. There isn't any volatility for a while. Went for a turn in the market there. Looks like it's got to get above that 8. Dow Jones for the daily close, I got a 2-bar reversal. I think that was Friday. Okay, it hasn't come into support yet, but watch previous highs. This could be the head and shoulders top I was been waiting for. This would be the left shoulder, the head, breaking down below, and then coming back in for a bearish retracement, making that right shoulder. So breaking down, breaking back in for a double top on the left shoulder. Left shoulder, right shoulder, and then let it drop. But it's above the 8, so can't say anything until it drops below. But I do have a 2-bar reversal and the confirmation on the downside, so keep the 8 for momentum. For the weekly close, looks like a falling star, not a perfect candle for reversal, but it has that trading action where it made a high and then came back in for the close. That was a little bit tighter on the downside with the larger wick. I'd say yes, but it's not perfect. So NASDAQ, it's in that top pattern. Watch out below if it breaks below. I think the support here is very thin, so I'm watching. I got a 2-bar reversal on the Friday close, or let's just call it a dark cloud cover. Came all the way back into support. Getting rejected at the 6,000 mark. Rejection, 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 and then it fell over. Watch out below if that starts to stumble there. Crude. Crude should be hopping. Closing on its highs. I've been talking about this reverse head and shoulders for a while. And then watch. Watch for the neckline break. I think it already broke, right? Let's get that line out of here. So reverse head and shoulders, the neckline has broken. Let me just redraw this line because it's not correct. It's not correct. I'm going to take this previous low all the way through the neckline. The shoulder, the neckline, the head. It already broke. So look for higher prices in gas. Fill up your tanks. Fill up your tanks. It's going to be breaking out. It's a very long-term pattern for crude. Previous lows all the way up to 90. So fill her up. Dollar yen carry trade. I'm looking for a. This is the cup. This is the handle. I got a flat bottom here. I'm looking for some kind of sling, a sling back, so it can move forward. This is a bullish consolidation, but the head fake hasn't come in yet. So I'm looking at 104, where these previous highs are in the previous break. I'm looking for that to come down, but it doesn't have to. I do have a whipsaw 2-bar pattern. So I did attempt to break down, and it did not come through. It is a 2-bar reversal. And so watch out for the outside of the pattern break. So that's a whipsaw. That slingback can still happen, but it looks like it has some momentum. Gold open down, not good. Closed below the 8, below 1300. Not good, not good, not good. 2-bar reversal up here. I'm waiting for it to find some support. Looks like I'm forming a double bottom now on the open. So let's get back above 1300, right where that stinking 8 is. Let's get back above previous highs. That 2-bar reversal needs to be taken out onto the upside. Let's see how we closed on Friday. Friday closed below the 34. So once it breaks down, watch the bearish retracement, and then watch out below. 1288 and below, watch out. Could be coming in for a leg. Let's see, let's figure out what that measured move is going to be. Just is very crude. I'm a good guesstimator across that 34. I'm looking at 1250. If it wants to keep on breaking. It is just a measured move across the 34. Silver opening down as well. You see the break over the 34. Tried to recover, did not work. Let's do another measured move across here. Very crude guesstimations, but it looks like about 1630. Let's see what happens with that. Anything could happen. It doesn't have to go through the measured move. That's just a measuring stick. There's lots of good support at 50% of the measured move. So maybe we can hold there and churn. There's always momentum involved. So where does support hold is the question. Did a little dance over the 34, broke down. Tried to go back in, but then got rejected. So watch for previous low breaks all the way down. It was that 2-bar reversal that we're hanging with. And this is a nice reverse head and shoulders. So this is on the daily, it could be the right shoulder sling back. Could come all the way back in 16, where this previous break is. Previous low, previous break. Let's see how far they sling it back before they let it rip. The right shoulder sling back. Nice reverse head and shoulders. Just beautiful, actually. Let's see if we can't hold support at the 13. Copper, 2-bar reversal after the great run. So it should be coming down. I do have a hammer on the daily. So let's see if that holds. Anything above the hammer on the upside, 294.5. Anything above there, the hammer creates nice support. Let's get back above and have some support there. But you can see the 8 crossing over the 34 now. So price needs to get back above the 8. That hammer is very nice support on the upside, but it's not above the hammer yet. So it's not confirmed hammer. Gold silver ratio. 76 ounces of silver, 76.32 for 1 ounce of gold. Looks like silver was a good buy all week. Very nice. Looks like a head and shoulders top forming. There's the neckline. Got the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's got to keep pumping. It is above the 8 and above the left shoulder, so it could be taken out at any time. Bitcoin. Still working the weekly 2-bar reversal at the peak. Dark cloud cover. Came all the way back down into the previous breaks, just like it was told to. So it hit a peak, came all the way back into support, bounced, and it opened below the 8 on the daily, but then quickly just popped right over the 8. Let's see if we can't get a higher low pumping. That's a very steep higher low, but we are above the 8, came back into support for the 8, and now it's going to try for the 13. Let's see if we can't break that 13, ride into the range of the previous lows, and that could take us all the way up to, I'm thinking that 44 is going to be, we need to get above 44 on Bitcoin to let the bullish market take hold again. So we are in a bearish mode here. As we are below the 34, we need to get it back above the 4,400 mark, above previous highs, and then we can get this thing kicking again. That'd be awesome. What a return. Wouldn't that be sweet if it just came, head faked everybody on the downside and just boom, 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 pop. Right over the 44 mark, grab support, working it, and pop the 5,000 mark. Boom. I don't know, I thought it was bearish on the open. All of a sudden it just popped right above the 8. Now we got support again. Let's get above the 13, back into the 13, back into the 34, back into the 30, boom, 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 boom. Back and forth, pop. It does what it's told. Had a 2-bar reversal, came all the way back into support right away. Popped over resistance, came back into support, bam. What a trading thing. Very volatile. Everyone's like, oh, it'll never be a currency because it's too volatile. It's like a fraction, a tenth of the gold market. Not even a tenth. It's like I don't even know. The gold market's got to be in the trillion marks. This is what, 100 billion? A tenth. A tenth. Of course it's volatile. It's a infant. It's up and down, up and down. That's how you make the money anyways. Don't let them regulate it. Oh yeah, sorry, they can't regulate it. They can make it illegal, I guess. But anyways. Oh, the miners got knocked back pretty good. The 2-bar reversal over the 8, tried to get back in, broke down. Tried to get back in, broke down. Previous low breaks broke into the 34 for support. Little dance, tried to make a recovery, got rejected. And then the inverted hammer underneath here. Don't let that confirm on the downside. 23 and below, watch out. Hopefully we can do a little dance and pop right back above. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I like because I am bullish. This is a pop above previous breaks back into support. Let's see how we closed on the weekly. Previous breaks back into support. Held the 34 and the 8. See how the 8 crossed over the 34 as price came in to splash? It was a very nice splash. As the 8 was crossing over the 34, price spiked, came back in as the 8 crossed over the 34 for a nice little price splash. So watch for the double back here. Watch for the double back. Maybe a nice reversal bar on Monday. Friday's close. No, that was Thursday. Anywho's daily needs to get back above the 8. It could do a little dance consolidation over the 34 and then break. That looks like what it has to do, but watch out below. It can make a little bit. I mean, it could just swing back below support and then swing back. Use previous highs as your support. It's GDX, GDXJ, the junior miners, same kind of situation. I got an inverted hammer here. Let's get back above the 8. Weekly close. Over the 34, back into support. Nice little bounce. That's a bullish retracement. That's a bullish consolidation phase. Over the 34, back into support. Easy peasy. Happens all the time. Over the 34, back into support. I feel like I repeat myself over and over and over again. But the 34 is my sweetheart. The 8 is to die for. And the 8 or the 13 is the last ditch effort for any kind of support before it falls over. JNUG, just the opposite of what everything else is doing. Hit resistance, came back into support. But if you notice, everything else crossed over the 34. Over the 34. Over the 34. JNUG hit the 34 and got rejected. Lots more work to do on JNUG. But you can see the price pinch now. You can see the trend of the 8, and you can see the trend of the 34, where price is between the 34 and the 8. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back, pop. Everything else is in a bullish retracement. This is a bullish retracement as well because of previous breaks. It's just not over the trend. Once you change trend, that means, to me, in my system here, changing trend means going over the 34 back into support. That's changing trend. This got rejected by trend. So it needs to change. JNUG has not changed trend yet. So lots more work to do. AG. Clear my crap out. It needs to break back above previous lows. It has a nice cup, nice handle. You'll see the cup and handle very clearly on the daily. Right now, it is over the 8 into the 13, back into the 8 for support, and had a nice little bounce. Just needs to pop over that 13, and then it's between the 13 and the 34. Over the 13, back into the 34, back into the 13 as the 8 crosses. Blah, blah, blah. AT looks good. Just got some work to do. Look at the 8. Price crossing over the 8. It's building support. Nice little consolidation over the 34. Very beautiful. Over the 34, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, pop. Nice close for AG. Above the 7. Let's get back above 725, previous highs. We still have this gap to deal with at 740 all the way into 767, which is previous highs. It already filled the gap. Let's get back up in there and break. This consolidation might do it. Pop, pop, pop. NAK needed to get back above 2. So we had a pop of the pattern here. Pop, came back into support. Let's get a double back this week and break 2. USLV, what are you doing? USLV had a nice little pop. USLV, I see a reverse head and shoulders. Let's watch for the double back. This can sling back just a little bit further. I would say the last line of support for me is this previous break, this previous high. You can see this high, this low, that little spot right there. If that starts to break down, I would be careful. Because a lot of times that sling back always comes back into the utmost, into the maximum sling backs before it just falls over. And that happens. And when patterns fail, things get very volatile. Hecla Mines still in the pattern. Nice pattern, nice hammer off of support into resistance, back into support. It's trying to get back above the 34. We need to break that pattern. Steel into resistance, back into support. Now we got the price pinch. I got the 8 coming in and 34 coming in. I got the price back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's see what wins. CLF, same thing. Over the 34, back into support. It's closing, CLF closing on its lows. I think it's a nice little cup and handle though. So watch for that. Any kind of recovery efforts. URA, little global X uranium. It's a little cup and handle as well. Long-term cup and handle. This was the right shoulder sling back, but right now the bearish retracement back into resistance got rejected. I am showing an inverted hammer, so break above the 8, break above 146 to 150, and let's make sure this reverse head and shoulders over support does not break down. And you can see that previous high there. See where the sling back came in? This is a perfect example of the sling back coming back all the way back in to the furthest most part of the previous high, previous low area. Here's a reverse head and shoulders sling back, and it just tested the limits. His left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then got rejected so far. So let's get it back above there. That is the if I was trading, that would be the last lines of support right there for me. Everyone's got different tolerances. Ethereum. This is Ethereum to the dollar. showing a pattern above the 34. Let's get back above the 8. Litecoin coming all the way back in. Don't know if it's ready yet. Reached a high of just under 100. Now it's 50% off. Make sure we hold previous highs, otherwise it's going to fall back into the range. So on the weekly, it could come all the way back into the 30 range. I mean, it did pump. So coming back into the 34 to follow trend is not way far off. EOS, looks like it came back in. I got to buy some more. I am going to accumulate this until it opens. Let's see where the cards lay. I mean, when this is I think it must be below 50 cents now. No, it must be about 55 cents now. I'm not sure. This is EOS to Bitcoin. So I am below previous lows. So that is not good. I need to double back, get back above. But I'm not worried. I'm going to be purchasing this. It's not going to be open for a while. So I'm going to be accumulating this bad boy. See what happens. Dash on the previous high break. Look at the monthly chart on Dash. I mean, if you need help understanding what's going on, I have to tell you that this is a previous high break. Previous high break, previous high break, previous high break, previous high break is coming. Previous high break. Following this wick all the way up. I would say follow that wick all the way up to 12.6. Then it's a double top, and then it'll probably come back down into support, wherever support lies, and then watch for the double top break. But this thing is climbing, and it's a strong incline. Higher lows, higher highs. So Dash looks awesome. I'm not sure how to explain this hive, but it did reach a top. So watch out, let it come back in. There's a lot of hype about it right now. Do not chase it, let it come back in. I got support all the way down to 67. It ran too hard, too fast. The 4-hour chart looks better. Let it go sideways for a while. The hourly chart, watch that as it did. Look at that hanging man there. This is PRELF traded on the regular equities. And I'm not sure. I think that they're going to be putting Ethereum into cold storage. And this is an opportunity to trade it on the stock exchanges and get a little bit of blockchain technology in your trading without having to go buy Bitcoin or something like that, I think. So watch for that. But look at the hanging man, over the 8, over the 13, back into the 8 for rejection. Watch out below. I think that a leg below the 34 is very appropriate for this big run that it had. And look where the measured move is. It's 69 there. Now let's go back to the weekly. No, what was it? The 4-hour? No, daily. Yeah. See where the 8 is? See how beautiful that 8 and the 34 interact? I love Fibonacci. I love golden ratios. Try to keep it simple. Try. I just try. Try so hard. Google. I got the double top working still on Google. It is building strength. It is higher lows. It is getting rejected by the 8, which means we have a price pinch of higher lows and resistance coming back in and for a little price pinch. But we do have to, we're working with a double top. We have to take out that double top in a timely fashion or it will fall over. And I'd love to see Google just flop because they're a bunch of jerks lately. Censoring, and I got another copyright infringement notice on my channel that I haven't used in 5 years. It's like a joke. And I'm pretty sure they're not promoting my Rusty Trades channel anymore because it used to be called, what was it called? Precious Metals Prices. After the fake news came out, I had to change it, but that didn't help. So now I'm thinking, let's just go to Steemit and decentralized tube, DTube, and the rest of them, because they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Why should I put effort into Google standards? It's absolutely ridiculous. You take care of the crap. You can see the double top very clearly. I have a previous lows. Watch out below if it breaks down. It's got to get above the 8. It's got to take out the double top in a timely fashion. Apple, 2-bar reversal, still working it. Okay, so this is the Head and Shoulders top example I was trying to illustrate earlier. See the left shoulder, right? See the head. Now it's going to come back into support, come into resistance for a Head and Shoulders top. You see that? That is a standard pattern for a top. This is just a reverse on the bottom. So if you're used to watching them from the bottom, just get used to seeing the same thing at the top. Reverse Head and Shoulders. Head and Shoulders top. They're inverses of each other. But they happen at tops and bottoms, so be careful not to fall in between. Don't use the reverse Head and Shoulders at the tops and Head and Shoulders top at the bottoms. Those kind of patterns fail. And another reverse Head and Shoulders, or Head and Shoulders top, left shoulder, head, up. Let me start over. Sometimes you can't. See the Head and Shoulders top now? Amazon, same thing. And that's it. Let's see how the gold and silver are doing. Getting a little bounce. A little bounce. Got to get above the 8. Get above previous highs. That 8 is my support on the way down. Previous highs are my support on the way down. Where's, oh, that's gold. Let's take a look at silver. Gotta get a turn. Looking for a turn. Dollar opened up. So, and this is the first week we opened above the 8 in quite a while. See the breakdown, the high, I got 4 wicks pointing up. Came in for a double top, broke down, rejected, basing, inverted hammer over the 8 and opened above the 8. So it opened up for support. Look for the miners to double back. Keep an eye on PRELF for some kind of a bottom. But I have a spike high, and I'm thinking coming back into previous support lines is appropriate. So there we have it. That's a weekly update. Appreciate you guys. Check out the description below for a chat room. Everyone's welcome. Eventually I'll charge for it, but that's way down the road. So you can get nothing's going on there in there yet. You're not missing anything, but go ahead and get signed up, because once I have some time, we could share video, we can share screenshots, we can share ideas all day long if you want. So I think it's called Hip Chat. It is in the description below. If you feel the urge to buy me some coffee, please do. I drink a lot of it. But there we go. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon. Catch me on the open. See if we can't find J-Nug's bottom.